Hey, welcome back. Glad you could be with me today. Okay, it's not you, it's me. I haven't been around a lot lately, but I did warn you a while ago that that might happen. And in all fairness, too, there's a few other things in our, well, going against us, I guess, not in our favor. Uh, where I live, winter can get pretty stinking cold, and while we've had a bit of a minus 30 snap, too, so haven't really wanted to be outside a whole lot. So that's why most of my videos right now are actually indoors. Now, I don't really have a theme. Well, I didn't really have one. Not really. But I will talk a little bit about some comments that were recently made. You know, somebody was actually saying that they were kind of interested in how I treat the horses and how I communicate with them, that sort of thing. And well, that's one of those things. It's really hard to explain to you what I'm doing because, well, in all honesty, I don't always know what I'm doing. I just do what feels right. And that's based on a couple of things is, well, I go back to what I said, you use as much force as necessary, but absolutely no more than necessary. You have to be fair to the horse. You know, you can't be just, demanding that it do this, that, and the other thing. And that follows to being clear with the horse in that the horse understands what it is that you actually want from it. Because the horse can't possibly do the right thing if it doesn't even know what that is. It can't do what you ask it to do if it doesn't know what you're asking. You have to be clear. And that's very important. It's also important to be fair. Don't be harsh with the horse. Don't push it to the point where it freaks out, gets worried, and has a meltdown. Because you're not going to accomplish anything then. You're just going to freak the horse out, and pretty soon it's not going to want to be with you at all. And it's not going to gain you nothing in your training. In fact, you might even go backwards. There's those things. And so in answer to the question of, how do I communicate with them? Well, it's kind of hard to explain. You just got to spend a lot of time with your horse. And because each one's a little bit different, and that's something that I've found out over the years because I've had the privilege of owning and working with a number of different horses that are quite different. And even of my own horses, even though I would teach pretty much all of them the exact same things, I would quite often have to do it just slightly different, just because of the personality of the different horses. And that's why I've said, no two are alike. And these, trainers and clinicians and whatever that try and teach you that you have to do things their way exactly and you'll get the same results. I said, well, that's not true because one size does not fit all. Never, ever. I've said that many times. Is one size does not fit all. And you have to be flexible to accommodate the horse, the individual horse. Because if somebody, particularly I've had it happen over the internet or whatever, somebody'd ask me, hey, how do I deal with this problem or that problem? And it's like, I can't help you. Why can't I help you? Simple. I'm not there. I don't know your horse. I don't know you. I don't know what facilities you have. There's just a lot of variables, and it kind of goes back to what you see versus what really is. What you're seeing as a behavioral issue might not actually be the issue at all. And like I said, I might try helping you with the whole wrong thing altogether. It's like symptoms versus problems. Are what you're seeing the symptoms? Is that really the problem? Or are the things you're seeing actually just, as I say, symptoms of a problem? And you got to back up and figure out what the problem actually is. And then, of course, that also dictates how you deal with the horse because you're going to have to adjust yourself according to what the symptoms and problems actually are. There's no one easy answer. And I'm not going to ever try and give you one. I'm not going to tell you what the secret is because there isn't one. Honestly, lots of guys will say, hey, I got the secret to horse training. I got the secret to being a horse whisperer. Oh, by the way, that term, there's no such thing as a horse whisperer. That was a term that was actually invented by an author of a book, which was later on the title of a movie. And, well, it just doesn't really exist. And I have occasionally had people refer to me as a horse whisperer. Well, I take it as a compliment. Although it's, on some levels, I'm a little offended because they're referring to me as something that doesn't really exist. I know they mean well, and it's meant as a compliment, so I'll take it as that. But just remember, the term horse whisperer, there really is no such thing as a horse whisperer. There's people that are good at what they do. There are people that pay attention. There are people that think their way through problems. But there's no horse whisperers. No. You have to look at the horse, figure out what the horse needs, what the problem really is based on the symptoms that you're seeing, and go from there. And, well, maybe someday somebody will refer to you as a horse whisperer, but just remember there really is no such thing. But take it as a compliment, because the people that say that kind of stuff, they usually mean well. So have a good day. Go spend some time with your horse and get to know it a bit and understand it and figure out how you need to communicate with it. I have no one answer. You have to figure it out. Have a good day.